like 2 weeks ago.
We'll do this one and we'll do this one because it's so cute.
Good morning and welcome to A-1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Tuesday, January 28th. It is your daily live with Patrick and Smooth Criminal, Jeannie Mulligan.
Smooth criminal.
Jeannie doesn't like breaking rules, but we got her to break some rules this weekend.
Oh my goodness. That was actually really funny. I do not like breaking rules. I don't like getting yelled at. I don't like being in trouble, which is funny because I get in trouble.
What are you wearing? Is that
I got
like
in trouble.
a store thing?
A store thing? What do you mean a store thing? I don't like the way you stare. I do not like the way this man stares at me. He was laughing at me in the car, and I was trying to get the snow off of my feet, and I got in the car. I was like, I do not like it when you laugh.
It's
because you're laughing at me, not with me.
She's so athletic.
Oh my God. Can't all be that way. Anyways, so yes, we did the show. We survived, barely.
I would say we thrived. We did fine.
We worked hard.
You know, we do what we do.
You know that Donna Summers song, We Work Hard for the Money?
We work hard for the money.
Had. That's what we were doing all weekend. We were, and it was, if you saw any of the videos, it was
it was cool. It was like super. It was a good learning experience.
It was.
I want to talk about this for a minute. And so we came home with a couple of the multi-needles we had at the show. They rode back with me in the back of the truck, which was through like 8 inches of snow, basically from like 10 miles after Bishop until I got to Carson City. So one of the questions I get all the time, and it's definitely a valuable technical question, is people ask me, like, if I leave my machine in the car overnight, like, is that okay? And I would actually tell you it's totally fine when it is totally fine when we are like in the middle of the summer. It becomes a more challenging question in the winter. Case in point, the machines drove in the bed of my truck here through quite a bit of snow. And then yesterday, when I was pulling them out of the truck, did you know the condensation? Did you notice the condensation on the table?
No.
So, like, when I was unloading them yesterday, the rear of my truck, it was like 11 degrees overnight. It was cold on the drive here, like through like Lee Vining and like through those areas where I was above 8,000 feet, it was like 13 degrees and snowing. And then it was cold overnight here yesterday. So they stayed in my truck. Did that all happen? Like, did we come straight into the store? Is that
we live a lifetime every day.
Oh my God.
A lifetime.
Yeah. So like it spent the night at my house, and then we unloaded them yesterday, and I waited until the afternoon because it's very icy in our parking lot right now, by the way.
Yeah, if you're local and you're coming in, you should wear those things that have the
Yak tracks.
The things that have the claws.
Thank you, Dana.
Yeah, that claws on the bottom of it.
Crampons.
They do a horrible job.
It's like an ongoing conversation with our property manager and our
I just want you to
folder
just get out of your car.
I'm like, you need to hire a plow company And they're like, no, Leon will do it. Leon totally does the best job he can do, but the best job Leon can do is not often the best job.
Yeah. I want you to get low. If you're in the parking lot.
Or wait, give it a day or two. Let the snow melt. Because it is an icy, treacherous mess out there.
We spread
we put salt out in front of the doors, but like the challenge is it'll start to get warm and then like the wind will kick up and like the next 2 days it'll disappear, but that's 2 days. So case in point, like I thought I pointed it out yesterday. I was like, look at the table. So the tables, like we had 2 kind of folding tables that were in the back of the car. And one of the 2 tables had all this condensation on it. Like, I don't think it was really wet in the bed of my truck, but like just the temperature differential from being 11 degrees overnight and driving home, like it rained in LA the day we were leaving. So it was wet in the morning and then it got very, very cold. And then, the truck sat in the sun yesterday. And so what I always tell folks when they ask me, is it fine if the machines stay in my car overnight, is if there are big temperature differentials, you need to give the machine a couple of days. So I literally, there was enough condensation on the table in the back of the bed of the truck just from the truck heating up in the sun over the course of the day that I am literally not going to turn these machines on until like probably Friday or Saturday, just to give any condensation that would happen on the inside of the machine time to evaporate and normalize. So when we did that yesterday, I was like, that's a valuable point and something that we should point out. And it's been some time since people have asked, but like if you were to like go to a friend's house and sew all day and then drive home and you leave your car out all night and it's cold, and normally when it's cold, relative humidity is higher. Like it's like relative humidity in Reno right now is like 40 or 50%. Relative humidity in Los Angeles was like 4%. It was dry, way drier than it is here. And
which is crazy, right? Because you think of like...
Well, I mean, that's why there were fires everywhere. And so it is definitely something where when you bring the machine in, you don't want to turn it on right away. Because if there's any condensation on the boards, you run the risk of shorting the board. And quite frankly, like if we were to get into a machine and see scoring and signs of water inside the board, then, we do what we can, but that's not really a warranty problem, right? That's a misuse problem. And it's kind of like if your phone got wet, like now most phones have some type of water protection. But like back in the day, if your phone got wet, they told you to turn off the phone, throw it in a bag of rice for a day or two, and then try to use it later. The idea behind that was, you basically wanted to allow any condensation or any moisture. They actually sell dry bags now where they put that desiccant, the silica stuff that comes in like computer boxes and like in the same box with your machine. And they sell that stuff now where you can drop electronics in there and let it sit for a day. So yes, the answer to the question around is it safe to operate machines if they've been sitting in the car is no. Not especially not over the winter. Give it a couple of days. People are asking when stuff is gonna ship. Wait.
Wait, no.
We're like just catching up.
Well, we came in yesterday. I just Do I need to use clear blue tile? Save the date if I'm going to use the background quilting. You can use clear blue tile, Debbie. You can use other quilting designs that you may have purchased that might be either themeless, like maybe it just has swirls or cross hatching. So you can use whatever you want. You can also buy the Save the Date bundle. It's pricey, but it's so cute. I looked at it, I was like, I'm never going to buy that. It's like $80. But then when Karen stitched it out, I was like, I gotta have it. It just goes perfectly. So, but whatever you want to do, you can do. But if you want to, like, yes, you can use clear blue tiles. What other questions?
So somebody asked when
let's talk about hopping down the bunny trail. So I thought I saw something that it wasn't coming out until March, but it's supposed to ship out this Wednesday. And when it ships out on Wednesday, I usually get it on Friday or I'll get it the following week. So they should all be, hopefully I get it on Friday. If I get on Friday, I'll start shipping Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But it could be here next week as well. We're going to get all that shipped out. I'm going to give everybody 2 weeks to get their stuff, and then we're going to start the sew along. So I already did the spreadsheet. I will redo I have a hopping down the bunny trail list of people, and I've already sent you the spreadsheet, but I'm going to put it on my list to do. I will add this spreadsheet to Facebook. So hoppin spreadsheet to Facebook, and I will update the list of people on the group, and I'll send that out. And as far as dates to get stitching, if we get those sent out this weekend, the beginning of next week, I like to give everyone 2 weeks, and then I'll do the prep video. And I like to do the prep video first, just in case you don't get yours in time. That way you have an extra week. Some of you are chomping at the bit. You can't wait to do it. This one's I call it a medium bite. There's going to be some blocks that are complicated. So it'll be a good one. If you're doing wallflower with us, everything we've done so far has been super easy. Hopping down the bunny trail is going to have some things that are going to be more challenging. And if we ship then 1-2. So maybe I'll do my prep video on the 14th. So we're going to do, I'm just trying to think of how to time it. Prep video on the 14th. So it'll be a live feed. It's for everybody. Everybody can join in, and that's going to happen on February 14th. I'm adding it to my calendar right now. So hopping down the bunny trail. Your stuff. If you want I already sent her in my numbers. If you're waiting, you might not necessarily get your stuff when everyone gets your stuff. So get your order in. I can still update it. I can still send her something later on today. As far as kits.
When would that cutoff be?
I mean, usually it's not a big deal with the embellishment kits and the designs. The thing that's more complicated is the fabric kits.
Okay.
So I ordered 70, and out of that 70, I think 15 aren't accounted for. So if you think you want to do it, you've been waiting, get it now. Don't wait any longer. Get it now. Thread sets. That's also harder for me because I think we've, if you want to get the curated A-1 thread set, then get that now because that takes me longer to get too. So if you didn't order it now, I think I have maybe 10 extra thread kits, but if you don't get it now, just know it might take me another week to put that all together for you. They don't always have all the colors in time, and then oh my God, they send me like all the thread except for one color that I'd have to wait another week for it. So, and then my stress level goes.
Okay, so let's just talk about a couple things. So there were some other questions. Somebody asked if they needed to have the hometown stuff cut out by the 30th for the sew along.
Okay, let's talk about hometown. Okay, the people that have emailed me about getting a kit, we finally got our last bolt of fabric in that we needed. Those people are going to get it. The fat quarter bundles. I ordered more. I never got them. I sent a note to my rep being like, it shows me as pending shipment, so I think I'm getting them. But then they show as out of stock. So I sent her a note being like, am I getting these or not? So she said she's getting back to me. So I have some of them, and I'm filling them in the order of the when people let me know they wanted them. However, I don't know if I'm going to have all those fat quarter bundles. I'm feeling a little nervous about that. So I'm just waiting to hear today, and then I'll let you know. I do have the other part of the kit, which is going to be the large cuts. And then you'd want to supplement with a fat quarter bundle. I know they're out there online. I will get back to everyone today as soon as I hear from my rep and let you know. This is the first sew along. So I had let those people know too that everything wasn't going to be ready until the beginning of February and that you probably wouldn't have it for the first sew along. But I think I can get some of those out today. There were some people I emailed to let you know, yes, all your stuff is going to go out today or tomorrow probably. And then I'll let everybody else know. I will send an email out to the group of people that I have with what I'm going to have for you, what I won't have for you, what you might want to look for elsewhere. As soon as I hear from my rep.
Out of these things?
I don't know. There are times where I'm like, sometimes I'll be like, do I have my glasses on? Because I can't see. I'll have my glasses on. So I'm working on that and getting all that information for you. So do you have to have it cut out? Sew alongs on the 30th. And, you know, this is Karen's first sew along doing like a quilt. So as she works through it, we'll add stuff to it. I know some people had asked, they were confused about the cut instructions because I think she had you cut differently than what the instructions had. So I sent you out a image this morning that has hers all laid out with the pieces, with the cut sizes on it. And I'm hoping that's going to help. And then next month, I'll talk to Karen because maybe we could do a prep video and you guys could have that. So we'll try to give you more information to make it as easy as possible. But this is new for us. This isn't Kimberbell where everything is laid out and it's super simple. This is Lori Holt, and this was her first quilt, and it's not as easy to put together as it is for me to put together for you. So we're trying to get that more streamlined, and as we get into the sew along, hopefully it'll get easier and we'll have more information for you to prepare. So if you don't have your kit, just watch along. It'll be recorded. We'll send it to you after. You're going to have all month to get January caught up and be ready for February. So just be patient with us. We'll have all of that put together for you.
So I feel like this has been an ongoing theme. Krissa mentioned that she had a package sitting somewhere in the Missouri area. Shipping has been crazy. The weather in the center of the United States has been crazy. So,
yeah, we had people...
just be patient. Like, we had some stuff that was shipped to us from Florida on the 7th that arrived like the middle of last week, and quite frankly, it had sat in a warehouse in Texas for almost a week. But just remember how these logistics work. Like, they drive your stuff point to point, and it'll arrive somewhere, and then if a storm shuts stuff down for a couple of days, it doesn't just pick up where it left off. Like, you have stuff backed up on either end of the system, and they have to iron all that out to get the logistics right. So it does take a long time. If there's stuff that just appears to have disappeared or something like that, that's something that we need to know about. But for like the folks that we're shipping stuff to that have been bi-coastal, especially for anybody in the Southeast, like, please be patient, because stuff just shuts down there when snow's afoot in Florida.
What I need to know, though, is if your stuff shows as delivered and you didn't get it, you need to let us know right away. Because then we can file a claim.
Well, and even like 90% of the time, that stuff works out. Like we had an Avenir that showed as delivered and was not. And you know, it was like, we need to know that stuff, but it's also not time for panic. It's one of those times where I go, okay, you need to calm down.
Oh,
everything's going to be fine. 99.9% of the time it works out. But shipping, like, and like I said, it's been an ongoing theme this winter. Like, we had craziness around holiday shipping. And then in the midst of the start of January, the U.S. Postal Service announced major price changes. FedEx and UPS are no longer doing SurePost. And that created like a whole snafu. And now we're dealing with the East Coast kind of figuring things out, and the center of the country kind of figuring things out with big storms having shut shipping down. So it is it's just an issue and something that you know we want folks to be aware of. So just, you know, like I said, if you are, and it shows in process and it shows that it's still coming and your like delivery dates are changing, just understand, like, it can take them, like, that package I just referred to from Florida literally sat in a center in Texas for 7 days. And that's just them ironing out the logistics of everything that gets caught on either side and in the middle. So it is a tough time to be shipping bi-coastally. Was the quilting designs for Bunny Trail the ones that you said were $80?
No, Hopping Down the Bunny Trail is you get your embroidery design and your embellishment kit from us. It's a bench pillow. Do I have bench pillows up there? Embroidery design, embellishment kit, and fabric kit. And this one is in a box. It's one of the box fabric kits. The only thing on this that you would buy from Kimberbell is going to be the background quilting designs. So you get 3 things from us: embellishment kit, fabric kit. Oh, and if you want it, embellishment kit, design, fabric kit, and thread kit, which we're doing the brown box special. And then you would get the background quilting from Kimberbell. I hope that answers that question.
So Valentine's Day. We have no plans for Valentine's Day, but we are closed for
I have a plan for
President's
Valentine's Day. I'm doing Hopping Down the Bunny Trail prep video. It's a Friday. And we'll add it to the calendar.
So somebody asked about status of the Martelli order.
Oh!
We did get a box, or a couple of boxes from Martelli. They were here when we arrived yesterday. We need to go through that.
Yes, that's on my agenda today.
So plan to hear from us in the next couple of days.
The backing included, I'm wondering if you mean the background quilting. The background quilting for Hopping Down the Bunny Trail is not included. I called the rep and I was like, it's not out yet. Does that mean maybe you guys included it? And she just kind of laughed and said no. So there is going to be separate background quilting.
Joyce, I don't understand your question at all. I forgot to ask if they were going to include that fits under the table. Would you know? I don't know what that fits under the table is.
Yeah, I think there's just like a bar under the table, but I think there's baskets that you can order that aren't included. So just let me know. We can find out.
The bundle that's included with the tables generally are the cutting tools. But there's a word or two missing from your question.
Nancy, what you would need, but I don't know if I'm gonna have extra, so email me. What we did is here. I'm gonna grab it really quickly. You can keep talking, Patrick.
Oh, that would have been nice. Manuals for the Avenir. So there are manuals for the Avenir that are on the Brother Price list. We were just having a conversation about the fact that it's about time for a brother sale.
Oh yeah, we're doing it.
But I think it's gonna be smaller. Like it's
How do
gonna
you
be.
control that? Be like, sorry, you can't order.
I think we do something more focused because it's so we haven't even shipped everything from the last brother sale.
I know.
So the idea of doing another brother sale doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but she refuses not to.
Because it's some of that stuff is expensive, so it's I like that we can.
But it's feet.
Okay.
And so anyways, we'll figure that out.
Okay, here we go. This is one of our kits for Hometown. And you're going to see what it has in here is all of these fabrics, which I call the large cuts. So it's anything that's over half a yard. So, and we're doing at this point just the lap coat, which is going to be the larger one, which is what Karen's doing. It's a big, chunky pack
It's a lot of fabric.
And that way you're set for your background fabric, your sashing fabric. This has in it the sashing, the coral background fabric, the applique block fabric, the borders, the binding, and then the other ones that you're going to be using a lot of. And what we told people to do is supplement it. So you could go online, and I can't get them anymore. They're all sold out. The only place you can get them from probably other dealers out there that might have them online. You could get away with, I think, a layer cake. Don't pre-cut your applique pieces. Just lay them down as you go. And then if you don't have the right yellow for one of these, you could use a different yellow. Or else you could supplement with this is the Hometown Fat Quarter Bundle, which is so beautiful. And then you'll have enough. You should have enough of everything. This is not going to be enough because this isn't going to give you all the sashing, the background, the applique background. So that's what we're recommending is the kit with one of these, and then you should have enough. And then if you have extra, use it. Make bowl cozies, make pillows. Just use it have it for those colors that you might need for another project.
And this is a sew along, not a class.
This is a sew along. It's a free sew along.
So somebody asked if there was student space. It's a sew along. It's going to be a YouTube live, just like this is. So there's no set number that wouldn't work. Is there any prep for the sweet pea?
Okay,
class?
Sweet pea. Michelle, yes. Have you sent that out yet?
I've sent it out twice. I sent it out once through the calendar and once
But just a pre-prep, what they need
it's
for.
all on there.
Okay,
It's
so.
actually on the supply list, and it was on the listing in the store.
Okay,
It's already there.
so your pre-class prep and were reminders already been sent to?
Twice.
Okay, so you should.
Tell them through yours.
So you should have gotten a reminder for the class tomorrow. And
They should probably call me.
yeah, and if you haven't gotten it, because I got an email from somebody who's on the list, I can see her name, that our automated system sent it out, but she still didn't get it. So if for some reason you didn't get the Zoom link and you signed up for the class, call the store and then we'll just send it to you, because make us a safe, how do you
add Jeannie and Michelle's emails to your safe senders list. Add us to your address list, and if you're in a situation where you can right click on it or command click on it, if you're an Apple user, and add as a safe sender, do that. And that may help. Some people just don't get any of the group emails. And that's like a safety thing. It's just something that you have to.
But call us today so we can get that to you. Or if you ever see an upcoming class, please don't wait until after the class or during the class to be like, I never got the link. Like, if you know the class is coming up, let us know beforehand. When we send out these group emails, sometimes we get screened out and you're not getting the information and we're sending it. So
it's because we send a large class BCC email with an attachment.
Yeah.
And like some security programs just don't like that.
So Michelle has sent out a reminder. The supply list, there's prep information on there. You're going to have all your fabric needs to be pre-cut and ready to go. And it's as per the instructions from Sweet Pea 2, how to prep your fabric. Michelle's just doing it the same exact way.
Unfortunately, I don't have any news on BES Silver. However, what I was told was that part of the reasons for that is they were really focused on making sure that those that got the Avenir bundles, that those bundles were complete. And so we're like I don't want to say we're on the back half of that, but like in the next month for sure, all the originally pre-purchased Avenir should be delivered. Like I basically have all the machines. It's been a little bit of a staged rollout because we were waiting for our final number on limited edition machines. And then I also wanted to make sure that we even just had the bandwidth to get people their machines. For those that have done the 1.03 update, we're hearing really good things on the 1.03 update regarding kind of bug fixes. Our store machine still shows that it requires an update, and we had one customer reach out on our group and say that they had a machine that they had updated that's still saying the machine wants the update run. It shows that, and so the that is something that we will be. There's something I can do to our machine in the store. I'm planning on doing that to see if that fixes that. You should be able to operate the machine, no problem. Just hit OK and continue to use the machine. That's not a big deal. But and I'll update our group as to whether or not that's a fix. The next couple of weeks, we are going to be closed on President's Day weekend. Jeannie's surgery is that following Wednesday. And it will be like the first. We literally went from like holiday madness, worked late, did like the unboxing video for we did the unboxing video for the Avenir at like 11 o'clock before we left at 6 a.m. the next morning for Japan. Went to Japan, came home, and we're back in the office the afternoon that we arrived back home from Japan. And so it has just been balls to the wall. So we are going to take that weekend before Jeannie's surgery because we're not sure how long Jeannie's going to be out. I think Jeannie's going to be out probably 7 to 10 days.
And I'm okay. It's like
it's fine. Like it's
just part of my
it's part
my
of her
journey.
whole recovery journey. So so we are taking that weekend off. We will be closed that weekend. And what else? I don't think I'm not planning on promoting a whole lot between now and then. Somebody asked about my hat. This is the very first hat that, and yes, it does say old school.
Michelle
and
stitched
I have
it.
commandeered this hat from the quilt show. It was the very first hat that we stitched out on the 6 needle. This is part of the giveaway today, an A-1 hat. Although we're actually A-1.
Why does it have to be A-1? I like just A next to one better. It doesn't have to be A-1. Nobody's like, are you from A-1 Vacuum and Sewing?
No,
they say
no,
A1
but this is
Vacuum
our
and Sewing.
A1 hat.
Yeah, this looks awesome.
I think it looks great.
Look at the font that Michelle
font's
used.
Super cool.
Isn't that great?
The snake font. Looks
and that
like
was done
skin.
with puffy foam. And we were so thankful because Otto Hats gave us a nice donation of hats to stitch out at the show. So
Joyce Jeannie posted a video yesterday about how to update the machine. It's posted in the group, and like Joyce is in the group, right?
I think so.
So there's a video there of how to do that. So things we learned at the show, like there is no question in my mind that the brother machines for like true at-home kind of cottage businesses are the best machines and the most technically advanced machines available. We met like a lot of cool people and some resources, possibly like some like lesser expensive thread options. What else? Jeannie.
We learned that when you do shows in LA, it's not like doing shows in Reno. And
one must put on their top secret.
One must bring a husband that can carry 2 multi-needle boxes at one time while running to the dumpster. You know what we learned?
Everything costs money at these shows.
Yeah, using the ramp.
The Teamsters keep a very tight control over everything.
Yeah, you got to the ramp and they're like, you can't use the ramp. You can't roll anything up the ramp. The Teamsters own the ramp. And, here in Reno, we just drive everything up. Everyone's unloading and unloading their own stuff. But you have to pay for the Teamsters to load and unload.
Right. They control everything.
They control the dumpsters.
They're the show cartel.
Yes. Yeah.
You are sneaky criminals with
So the what else did we learn?
We learned I don't know. I mean, did you see the videos? Like the stuff they have there is super cool. We learned that maybe that wasn't the best venue for us, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is like, it was fine.
Yeah.
It was good. We met some really good people.
We did.
We sold some machines.
We did. We met some great people. And we had lots of conversations. We learned a lot about the commercial embroidery and where we fit in. Anyways, it was a great show. Hey, Suzanne or Michelle, can you check up front?
So the I think we learned how cool the 6 needle and the single needle were.
We did.
God, they're so cool.
Yeah, so we haven't spent a ton of time on the single needle or the 6 needle. Michelle and I both have the 10 needle, and that's what we sell most of the time. If you can't get into a 10 needle, get into a 6 needle, get into a single needle. We were stitching out, we bought a new hoop and we were stitching out like wristlets and dog collars and all sorts of stuff on the single needle. We were doing perfect placement with 2-point placement, which was super cool. And you can do hats on that. You can do onesies. It has the single needle has the same embroidery field as the 6 needle. So I think that was really awesome.
It was enlightening.
It was enlightening.
Because we never carried either machine in the store, and then afterwards I'm like, yeah, we're gonna carry these in the store.
So Michelle and I are going to, Michelle was like, we should do like a trunk show, and I was like, oh my god, that's a great idea. So look for it in the next month or so, and maybe what we'll do is we'll do a video recording of one where we go through, we're gonna go through all 3 of those machines, and then if you're local in town, we're gonna do a make and take, where you can come in and do a hat, you can come in and do a baby onesie, and you can come in and make like a wristlet, and we're going to do them on all 3 machines so you can play on them. But I was like, yeah, it rejuvenated me on those machines where I was like, oh my God. Sometimes you're not on them, so you don't realize how incredible they are. And we were on them all weekend.
Well, and what was funny is like all of us played with the single needle, and I was like, this is legit. Like, this is cool.
Yeah, it was really, really cool.
So, and the hats were stitched on the single needle, or the 6 needle, which is where we had placed our cap frame, but like the cap frame would have worked on the single needle as well. So I think we're going to be doing some stuff regarding the single needle soon.
Nancy, you want to get the just email me, Nancy. Let me make sure that we have a kit ready for you.
How wide it is.
But it would be the lap quilt. You want the lap quilt one. Marlene asks, what about the update on the Riley Blake website for the hometown quilt? Okay, I don't know. And I've reached out to my rep several times. I talked to her at the end of last week. And I just sent her another email being like, hey, where's this update? Because I think it was on the site and then they took it down. So if I just, when I read your email or your message, Marlene, and I just emailed her again and I will call her. And I was like, our sew-along starts Thursday. We need to know. So I will let you know. Where can I get, did you already read that?
What?
The OESD Hummingbird was not a sew-along. It was...
was that a class?
You're going through, like, I can't get to these.
I've read.
So did you answer her?
Yes.
It was not a class. It was just something that I stitched out. But did I can't remember if that was not a class. I just posted some like little videos here and there. But I have done full tiling scene. What was Midnight Delivery? Did I post that whole thing? I can't remember.
You posted one of the Thomas Kincaids, for
I
sure.
think I did the whole thing and maybe posted it, but if not, if you look at A-1 tiling scene, I did do some of them like start to finish. Oh, background. There is no background quilting for Hometown Quilts. So I think Karen is doing it without the quilting. If you want to add the quilting, you're going to have to modify it yourself. Who was it? Kim Foro, I think, is doing it with background quilting and she's adding it. So, but I don't know exactly how to do that. I'd have to think. Is there student space for home?
We've
everyone.
Answered,
okay.
All these, Jeannie.
What's MG?
The prep. Michelle Gilmartin.
Yeah.
We've answered all of these.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we answered all of them. Let's see. She put the video on YouTube. It was open to everybody. Huge machines, fabric printer. Brother's got some smaller fabric printers, Karen.
There's no update for the Luminaire.
There is no update for the Luminaire. I wouldn't look for an update on the Luminaire.
Yes, we did. We had a couple people that came out to the show and we actually got to meet you in person. One of those was Miss Pamela.
Oh, we should talk about Japan and Korea.
Oh, yeah, because we talked about that after Pamela left.
So we did meet folks, and we saw some folks, like we met folks that watched us that we'd never met before. What was I going to say? So we did talk about that. So we are going back to Japan and Korea this summer, but we are going back to kind of finalize plans for a trip that will take place. I don't think July 4th is the best time to go because it's so hot.
It is hot as heck.
So we're going to basically figure out kind of the time for it, but the A-1 Magical Mystery Tour in Japan and Korea will happen in 2026. So I know we talked about it happening this year, but I think the reality is we need a year, like, because we found companies that offer tour of like fabric factories, which we think would be really cool, and then just time the shop and see. We met some of the guys from an embroidery company that's based in Korea, and maybe we could even do a factory tour there. We could even do a brother factory tour in Japan. But basically what we want to do is plan it and then open it to the public for 2026. So we're going to be planning that this summer. So we have had a number of people ask.
Push this down.
That was pushed down. That's what I don't like about that tape.
Or then you gotta put it up around. I'm giving Patrick shipping instructions right now. Okay.
Jeannie bought the discount tape.
Patrick. Yeah, but mine's fine because I take the time to push it down.
Are we taking you on the trip? You will have an option to go on the trip, but for those that have been waiting, the trip will be 2026.
And we should do this spring. Is that what you talked about?
Well, I was just saying, I don't think, so requirements for the trip, and we've talked about it, you're going to have to be able to walk 3 or 4 miles. And the reality is, that's the plan is not going to be to walk 3 or 4 miles, but, you need to be able to really walk at least
You know what?
2.
I know you can run when you see that fabric. I know you can run. And I know I get tired, but I'm not as tired when there's, good shopping. That energizes me.
So I love the fact that one of the folks we met at the show was like, I'm going to get in shape.
Well, she had a knee injury that she's rehabbing.
And so you've got, a year and a half to plan. But I think what we'll do is spring is rainy season, though.
It's rainy all the time there.
So,
yeah.
So we're gonna figure out kind of the venue and the time.
It will be limited, but maybe we'll
cooler.
maybe we'll go in the spring and maybe we'll go in the fall. So we'll figure it out.
Interest dependent. But yeah. And yeah, we're gonna have to limit it I'm sure just for tour size, but if more people want to go, then we'll do it again.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's our first time, so we really don't know. When we go, Patrick, did you tell him we're going this summer?
Yes.
My cousin is a travel agent.
She runs a tour company.
Yeah, in Korea. So we're going to be sitting down with her and meeting with her and planning it out and
meeting with folks in Japan. Yeah.
So we're super excited about that, but it's kind of hard it'll be easier for us to meet with her and let her know what we're planning on doing. Okay. I had a couple other things I have a new list here, and my list is what to talk about on the live feed. So we talked about Lori Holt, Sweet Pea, Poinsettia class. If you have a Stellar or an Altair XE or an XJ, I'm doing the Poinsettia. What happened to it? It was hanging up, but now it's gone.
Somebody pulled it down to look at it, I'm sure.
Yeah, so it's not up there, or I would show it to you. But it's the Poinsettia panel class. Have it layered, ready to go. There are instructions. Look at your supply list. Make sure you have your design. I think Stitch Delight is doing a 40% discount for attendees of the class. I have a code for you. So if you need anything, let me know. Don't wait until Friday. So have that ready, and you can still get signed up for the class. If you can't make the class, you can sign up, and I'll send you the recording of the class afterwards. I do not have time to pre-record, so it'll just be the recording of the class that you'll get.
What is damaged items?
I wanted to talk to you about that. We send your packages insured. So if you ever get anything and it's damaged, please reach out to us.
But you need to reach out to us. Where we get in trouble is somebody has something for a month and a half, and then they open it up and they're like, it's damaged.
You gotta open it as soon as you
get it.
Yeah, and let us know. It breaks my heart to think that you might have something where you're like, oh, it's broken. And then you don't let us know, and we can't do anything about it. So reach out when you get packages from A-1, open them right away and let us know. All right, Quill Talk. We moved Quill Talk, which was supposed to be last week. It is going to be next Tuesday, and it's going to be about thread. And Michelle Burr and Gail Cram are going to be here to discuss that with you. And let's do our giveaway.
So what is the giveaway?
We are giving away, I was just actually kind of working on that because they're not up all up on the site, Graydon here is here tomorrow, and she puts everything up. But punch needle, I'm not gonna be doing all the punch needle projects. I did take one to Long Beach with me because I was like, I want to try it. Like, I like this. This is cute. But then I was so tired, I couldn't do anything.
That's like the story of our life now. Like I've been telling, so I like, and this is legit. Like we've been so busy, my personal life is messed.
I'm your personal life.
Well, that part's fine, but the
his boyfriend.
Yes, dear. But
going out with his boyfriend.
There is like been absolutely nothing going on in our personal lives, just because it's just all work all the time.
There's a little bit going on.
And so I've been telling people that we will come up for air in April. Like, because I think that's legit. Like,
with our friends?
People are like, we need to make plans. And I'm like, April. Like, we had my surgery. We had the show. I'm like, my life can start getting back to somewhat normal now that we had the show. But then we have Jeannie's surgery coming up. That's going to knock things out of whack for 10 days or so. And then we have the kids' spring break, which, like, we're going to take a little bit of time off or do something there. And then, so yeah, sometime in April, like, we'll start catching up and things will get somewhat back to normal. But we've been exhausted. Like every night is a struggle to get through dinner and then go to bed to make sure that we can get up and do it again the next day.
Actually, I woke up feeling pretty good this morning. Patrick's really good.
I've been forcing her. I'm like, too bad. Let's go.
Because I like 11 to midnight. That's like when I like to go to bed. More closer to midnight.
Like Jeannie is started to take some positive steps to take more and better care of her health.
I am, because I don't want to die.
That's a good thing.
I don't want to die. So I'm trying to
She's saying
be
yes
more
to more
rested.
healthy things,
Yeah.
which is good.
Patrick's like, we're going to take that weekend off. I'm like, okay. So anyways.
She used to be like, no play for you. And now I'm like, we're taking this time off. And she's like, yes. Take the time off, but then she works the whole time anyways.
Anyhow, so but
single needle. There's like a single needle machine, Miss Kitchen Master, that is similar to the multi needles. Can do hats and like is a free arm industrial style embroidery machine. We'll be doing more next week. Maybe we'll post some videos and stuff like that. What are we giving away? Let's get back to work.
Okay. And I'm working on getting them all up on the website because they're not all up there. They're going to be up there at regular price because this isn't something where Kimberbell gives us any margin. So usually, most of their product, it's like half, and then we get the retail, and then we discount it a little bit for you. But this one, we don't have that margin. So we are going to give away one of these. Because look how cute it is for Valentine's Day. And I am going to do one of the punch needles. I got it out this morning and I was looking through it and I was like, oh, this will be fun. Like maybe what I'll do is I'll do like punch needle night. And it will be very, very, very informal. Like it'll be me on the couch, like figuring it out for the first time because I've never done it before. So we're going to give away one of these for Valentine's Day and we're going to give away one of these for winter. Isn't that cute? And it comes with everything you're going to need. Everything's in there.
We're giving away the A-1 hat.
And we're giving away the A-1 hat, which I love. I love these colors. Kind of goes with my outfit. What?
I can't remember where we were, but like Jeannie had like moved the hat over. Like she was like, cool. And then.
We were at a soccer tournament.
And then she forgot.
No, I got made fun of because number one, I left all the tags on because I just got it.
That's what people do.
Then Patrick told me that was in. The other thing I forgot is I didn't take out the cardboard. They have cardboard in there. It's still on the cardboard. One of the dads pointed it out, and then everyone's laughing at me, not with me. They were laughing at me.
And she was wearing it sideways because she's so cool.
I was like, that's cool too. You just don't know the trend. God. Okay, anyways, So, are we doing three different giveaways?
Or is that what you want to do? What did they say about how they treat themselves?
The question was, how do you treat yourself? And I was laughing so hard. Like, I read these at... Ooh, you got yourself right there.
It's like, so I fell. I was like out walking and I slipped on dusty ice and I like cracked my elbow. Like that was the only thing that really hurt me. I almost broke my neck. I was on the phone with a buddy and when I slipped, I think I was like remember the scene in A Christmas Story where he like goes off on a string of obscenities when he's beating that kid up. That's like what I think I sounded like. I was like, oh, sure. And then my buddy was just laughing. I was like, dude, I fell. And he goes, are you okay? And I'm like, I think I'm okay. And then he started laughing again. He's like, all right, I can laugh. That was funny.
Yes.
So yes, this is your hat. So are we giving away 2 or 3? Is somebody going to get a punch needle in the hat?
We might have another hat. So if we have another hat, you want a poppy hat?
There was a second A-1 hat.
There's a second. Somebody wanted it.
So we had a guy that came by the shop, and I think he asked Jeannie if he could buy the A-1 hat, and Jeannie said no.
What?
And
Sell the hat.
and then
I would have just given it away.
And then
he makes up stories.
No, this is what he told me.
Yeah, I didn't say
this
that.
This is what he told me. I'm not making up stories. He said that.
We'll give this one away to the other person, then you can be matching like Patrick.
And then he told me that I can't remember if it was his girlfriend or his sister, but like he basically was like, she loves you guys. Like she watches you guys all the time. And he was, was he with,
I don't know.
We
met
with
Missy too.
He was with
Missy was at the
he was with one of the other embroidery companies, but he's like, she watches you guys all the time. She absolutely loves you guys. And I was like, oh, just take the hat. Just take it.
So we'll do one of these. We'll go with we'll do winter blue with the winter one, and then we'll do old school pink with the punch needle. And these were things that were stitched out at. I can give this away, right?
I don't care.
Okay.
I never get attached.
Okay. But I don't want to take your stuff. Was this like one of our store hats?
It doesn't matter, Jeannie. There's other hats in the box.
So, all right. So let's give some stuff away.
Okay, Shaw loves the pink one. Oh, this is what you guys said. It was so cute. And I was laughing really hard at some of these. So, different ways you treat yourself. There was a lot of retail therapy. That's going to be me. Retail therapy all the way.
Jeannie does the retail therapy where she just fills her cart and then she doesn't buy anything.
And then I do.
And then she does.
I spend like hours filling my cart for things that I never buy. Because I'm like, oh, that was too much. And then I go, you know what? I worked really hard. I'm going to get it. Shoes. Was that Jen that said she loves shoes? Here we
go. Who wins what first?
We'll do this one for. We'll
winter
do the winter
blue?
one. Winter blue goes first, and you do have to pay for shipping, but it's yours. Margaret, you're local, and this isn't one of the ones that you bought already, so that's perfect. And we don't even have to ship it. So this goes to Miss Margaret.
Do you want to write this down?
No, just put it right up front.
Okay.
And then other things people said, flowers. I thought that was really sweet that you treat yourself with flowers. A lot of you said time you set aside for yourself to sew. I mean, that you struggle just doing stuff for yourself because you're doing stuff for everybody else. A machine. Some of you, your big treat is buying yourself a machine. Spa. Things for your grandkids. There were so many of you who were like, I treat myself with making things for my grandkids, spending time with my grandkids, and I thought that was so sweet too. Stuff from A-1, thank you, woo woo, we appreciate it. Fabric, napping, retirement was somebody's treat. That's going to be our treat someday. Sporting goods. Not many of you said that, but there were a couple of you.
Date night with hubby.
Date night with your hubby. Somebody wrote concert with their brother. And I was like, oh my God, that your treat, that's my dream.
Is taking one of Jeannie's brothers.
Both of them.
And
we're both of my brothers are going to. Both of my brothers are going with us to Korea. So
we haven't done a trip with your brothers in decades,
and you just don't know when you're going to have that time. And so anyways, yes, I'm going with my brothers. Sitting down and doing nothing. Who wrote that? You are me and I am you. Just sitting and doing nothing is so wonderful sometimes.
Brenda McConnell.
Whoop, whoop. Nice, Brenda. This one's going to go to you. Congratulations. Your treat to yourself is anything to do with sewing, quilting, or embroidery. And this goes to you, Miss Brenda. Congratulations.
I think.
Wait, I want to. What? Oh, yeah. And we're going to do those. There was some really cool stuff at the show. This year's show, we'll do a different t-shirt, and it's going to be so cool that you're going to be like, I got to have that. So, just a couple, you did tea, a food treat. A lot of you treat yourself with food. A lot of you. I do that too. In my treat, I'll go, 10 more. Just 10 more. Just 10 more.
She ate more or less like the majority of a bag of shrimp chips.
And I haven't been doing it. I've been skipping the chip out. Patrick bought them, and he said, you want these? You want these? I said, no.
I wanted to try them. I had never had garlic shrimp chips.
Movie, time with girlfriends. That's always such a treat. Making things for others. You guys are givers. Spending time. Oh, we did that. Hi, Choose. There are people, we've got you hooked. Vacation, chocolate, ice cream, fabric shopping trips, going out for dinner. And I loved all of those. I mean, some of them made me really giggle, and some of them were just so sweet. So that's it. We kept you long enough. Have a great day. Be creative. Make something awesome. I'm going to be working on the hometown right now, and I will be reaching out to you as soon as I hear from my rep.
We're going to go through the Martelli stuff
today. We're going to go through the Martelli stuff.
I'm going to pull that out. We are going through a little bit of catch up.
But not much.
We did a good job yesterday. We were here all day yesterday.
Yeah, and get your hopping down the bunny trail. Get that now.